What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to share my thoughts from last night's game. Unfortunately, the New York Knicks lose last night, and now this series is at 2-1 in the Knicks' favor. Now, I got a lot to say about last night's game because it was very frustrating to see how this game went from the get-go. I know Knicks fans are very frustrated right now with Joel Embiid, as we all should, and I'm going to voice my thoughts and my frustrations on this show and then pivot into game number 4. But more importantly, I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section, Knicks fans. Let me know your thoughts, what you saw last night, what needs to improve from these New York Knicks in order to close out the series. I am not really losing myself here. I knew that Knicks in 4 was very far-fetched. I wanted the Knicks to win one of the next 2 games in Philadelphia and close it out in 5. Hopefully, that's really where I'm looking at here. But the reality of the situation is the Knicks getting the first 2 wins at home in game 1 and game 2, and then the goal should be winning the next 2 games. One of the next 2 games in Philadelphia is still on the table here. The Knicks got to be able to get the job done in Philly in game 4 on Sunday. But talking about last night's game, I mean, first and foremost, we just got to talk about Joel Embiid being an absolute dirty player. I mean, what the heck was that, bro? I mean, how many different plays can we reference here? Let's start off with the one that should have been a flagrant 2, where Joel Embiid should not even been playing for the rest of the game. And Embiid had a crazy game, okay? He had 50 points, career high in the playoffs. You couldn't stop him. I mean, the Knicks were all over him, contesting every shot. He's an MVP. He's one of the best players in the NBA. That's not shocking. But what the frustrating part about this is, he wraps up Mitchell Robinson's ankles like we're playing football. The guy's on the floor, and he wraps up Mitchell Robinson. Total non-basketball move. And I know it might sound like, Knicks fans are whining, complaining, but bro, it's totally objective. That's not a basketball move. He should have been out of the game from the get-go. Not the case. And then Mitchell Robinson goes down with an injury later on in that game, and now we're wondering if Mitch is going to be good to go for Sunday because he already was questionable heading into tonight's game. So that's frustrating. He also had a dirty play against Isaiah Hartenstein. He had his leg kicked out and kicked Mitch in the what area. So just Joel Embiid, man, he's just really hard to like. I mean, if you're not a 76ers fan, you're just an NBA fan, do you like Joel Embiid? Because he is a dirty player. He's a phenomenal talent. I'm not taking anything away from him as a basketball player, but give me a break, bro. Give me an absolute break what we saw last night from Joel Embiid. That pissed me off, seeing how he's going out there doing total non-basketball moves against our guy in Mitchell Robinson. But I had to get that off my chest before we go deeper into the game, guys. But don't forget to hit the like button, and more importantly, if you did not already, comment your thoughts, because I really want to hear from Knicks fans, because I think the Knicks lost this game in the third quarter. It was really hard for them to come back after giving up 43 points. Okay, the Knicks gave up. They got outscored 43-27 in that third quarter, and Embiid just did not miss, okay? And that was the difference of the game, because you look at the fourth quarter, the Knicks outscored them 29-27. The Knicks had a 2-point lead heading into halftime, but the Knicks were just not able to stop the 76ers from a defensive standpoint in that third quarter. But the good thing that we could take away from last night's game is that Jalen Brunson broke out, okay? He got the playoff slump off his back. 39 points, 13 assists on 13 of 27 shooting, 3 for 7 from the field, from the three-point line, which is really good to see. This is positive. This is absolutely a positive thing here. And if there's one thing to take away that we can hang our hats on, there's no moral victories in basketball from a playoff standpoint. But you look at what Jalen Brunson did in game 1 and game 2. We lost those 2 games when he was playing his worst, and now he actually broke out and he's starting to play his brand of basketball. That is a very good sign that he's been able to figure out the way that the 76ers are playing him from a defensive standpoint, getting to his spots, hitting his shots, and I still think there's still better Jalen Brunson on the horizon heading into game 4 and game number 5. So that's definitely a big positive to take away from Jalen Brunson, putting up 39 points. Josh Hart continues to play his brand of basketball, 20 points, 6 and 6 last night. OG Anunoby got cooking offensively at some times. Isaiah Hartenstein was in foul trouble all night, fouled out eventually, I believe, with 14 points. And then Mitchell Robinson, man, getting hurt, only playing 11 minutes in the game, which definitely wasn't a difference. Precious Achiuwa, he came in for 10 minutes, and I actually liked his minutes. He did finish with a +6, and that's the good thing about this Knicks team, is that we're so deep, where if somebody's in foul trouble or somebody gets hurt, like Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein was, Precious Achiuwa was right off the bench ready to go, giving you good 10 minutes, giving you +6 action. He had a high-flying dunk. And listen, the Knicks have to make sure that they adjust, and they got to match the physicality in terms of just I'm not saying go dirty and start playing the way that Joel Embiid's playing, but they got to figuratively punch them in the punch them in the face early on. Not literally, figuratively. Obviously, you guys know what I'm talking about here with the physicality. That's the Knicks brand of basketball, and I fully expect that to happen. The series is now really leveled up to the intensity. The rivalry is definitely brewing, and I think now if the Knicks are able to take this game 3 and use it as fuel and momentum, and Tom Thibodeau should really show that Knicks team what Joel Embiid is doing to this team in terms of being just an absolute dirty player. Let's go out there and freaking win in game number 4 and finish this out in game 5. If it has to go 6 or 7, it has to go 6 or 7. I still got a lot of confidence in my New York Knicks closing out this series and winning and advancing into round number 2. But listen, there's still an uphill battle here. The series is not over. Just because we went up 2-0, I was celebrating, I was happy, but I was like, hey, it's not over yet. The Knicks still got a lot of work to do, and I got all the confidence in the world. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson is going to be okay. But again, the fact that Jalen Brunson was able to step up, Dante DiVincenzo started off the game good, but then he kind of fizzled out a little bit, and that third quarter, again, was the backbreaker for this entire game. It's hard to come back in the fourth quarter down double digits on the road. You know, the Knicks were able to do it at home, but it's really not going to be able to, sustain if you're not. 43 points in a quarter, hard to win that basketball game if you give up that many points, and they just got to figure out a way to contain Joel Embiid defensively without getting into foul trouble. The guy just flops all over the place and tries to draw as many fouls as possible. The Knicks got to figure out a way defensively to get into his face and just disrupt him a little bit more, because at the end of the day, the guy had 19 free throws hit. 19 of the 50 points he got was from the free throw line, and he was 13 of 19. So he was, and a lot of those shots were just contested jumpers where you're just like, what do you want the Knicks to do there? Okay, so it's really frustrating, but at the end of the day, I still got optimism in these Knicks pulling it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, Knicks Nation. My apologies for this video coming out later on. Last night, I was at MetLife Stadium during the draft party for the New York Jets. They had the game on, so I was watching the game last night, and I was unable to make a video, obviously, until right now. So I appreciate you guys with the patience. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Let's go, Knicks, baby. Keep the vibes up. Don't let last night's game hang your head. We'll be fine. Peace out, guys.